Now to start our roof, let's first create a layer. It's called roof. And whoops, let's go to make that active layer. And first I'm just going to start making a basic flat roof. So in order to do that, I'm just going to use my rectangle tool and just start cutting out some of these surfaces. And I'm going to ignore that piece right there. And just going to erase that, erase these lines. And let's go ahead and make this into a group. And now I'm going to offset this 2 feet outwards. And let's go ahead and drag this up, let's say 16 inches. See how that looks. And let's go ahead and drag this line up as well. Let me clean up this offset. All right, and let's go ahead and create another flat surface over here, flat roof. And this one I'm going to go ahead and let it cantilever over there. Make this a group, and let's offset this 2 feet as well. Let's erase that group of lines, and let's go ahead 16 inches as well. And here I don't want it to cut into this that much, so let's go ahead and pull this, but this time I'm going to toggle control, just kind of create another division in there, and I'm just going to push this to line up with this wall there. And let's go ahead and delete that. So there we have it laying on top of there. Let's clean this up on the bottom as well. Let's create another roof system over here, over our garage. And double click on that, make it a group. Let's push this, let's pull this up 16 inches. And I forgot to offset it, and I could just drag this out if I want, 2 feet on each end. And I want to continue this over here. So this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to push and pull, and I'm going to hold down, I'm going to toggle control, and I just want to create some divisions here where I can push and pull this. And let's just give it a foot overhang over here. And let's push this back here. Push this one back as well. And I just want them to overhang a foot past my column. And let's use the eraser tool to clean this up. And let's create one more roof system over our outdoor eating area. Let's go 16 inches. And let's offset this, let's try a foot, see how that looks. Okay, so that's a very basic roof system, and I'm going to add a little bit more detail to that, and then I'll also show you how to create a sloped roof system. Now let's give this an I-beam look to this roof, and the way I'm going to do that is using the Follow Me tool, which the Follow Me tool is it's an awesome tool that will allow you to do a lot of cool things. So I hope you really see the advantages you can take using this tool. So what I'm going to do is create just a little I-beam edge look. I'm going to extend this 2 inches, Actually, let's make it a little larger. I'm going to go 3 inches and then down 1 inch. And go back 2 inches. And let's go out 2 inches, 1 inch, and let's close that. And delete that. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, hit edit copy, because I'm going to use it again very shortly. And this is what I'm going to use, my follow me tool, and basically just select a surface, and if it's connecting to whatever lines it's connecting to, it will allow you to follow that profile, that surface profile that we created, and I could drag it all along my roof here. So just go ahead and drag it all the way around, and when it comes back to where it started, it'll just light up and it cleans it up. So nice little cool effect that it creates there. Let's go ahead and try it again. Let's hit edit paste, and let's place it over here. And see, now when I grab it, it's not sticking to anything because this is in its own group. Now if I was in that group, it would stick to it. So let's grab this again. I'm going to edit cut, open this group, and hit edit paste in place, and there we go. So now for this one, I'm going to hit follow me, go oops, and if it does that, if it automatically does that, just undo and click once on a surface and then drag your mouse and just make it touch that surface, and there we'll stop there, and then we're going to go this way again with it. And let's go ahead and make it return back into there. Let me go ahead and erase that line, clean it up. Now I'm going to do it on my garage over here. I'm going to hit edit paste. And since I'm in the same group, it will go ahead and stick to that. And let's hit the follow me tool. We'll select the surface first, and then we will drag it. There we go. And we see it didn't quite wrap around that corner. If I wanted to do that, let me just push it back and hit tools, follow me, and hit that surface, and there we go. And clean that. And we'll do it one more time over here. Edit paste. And I'm going to try a different way of using the offset tool. I'm going to select the path that I want it to follow first, and then I'm going to hit tools, follow me, and now I'm going to click this surface, and bam, it automatically follows that surface that I pre-selected. Let's clean that piece right there. And there we have a flat roof system. Now let me show you how we can do a sloped roof system, and to do this I'm going to create a separate layer. Let's call this S roof 2, and let's shut off our other roof that we just created. Now for this, let's create a profile that we want to use our follow me tool with. So let's just create a 6-inch fascia board here, or freeze board. And let's go 1 inch. Let's go back up. Let's give it a 2-foot overhang. Let's make it a pretty deep overhang. And let's go. I made a 6-inch fascia, and let's make this a 4/12 actually. Kind of keep it low sloping. And now I can follow this geometry that I just created. When it turns magenta like that, it's because it is recognizing this previous angle and it's following that. So I know that I am continuing on with that 412 pitch, and I'm gonna go 6 inches down here, and let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and connect it there. So there I've created a profile that I'm gonna want to go ahead and create my roof with, and I'm actually gonna stretch it out just a little bit more. We'll see why in a minute. And let's go ahead and I know that's at an angle. It's not, I'm not trying to create a rafter. I'm just trying to create a profile that I can wrap around my building. So now let's make this its own group. And I'm going to open that group. And now I'm going to create the path that I want it to follow around my roof, around my building. And let's go ahead and just going around the perimeter of my building. And let's go ahead and I'm going to select all these lines. I'm going to unselect that surface, and I'm going to hit Tools, Follow Me, and let's click on our face. And bam, we just created a roof system there. Now I'm going to delete some of these lines here because I want to clean it up. Let's go ahead and use my eraser tool. I think it'll be a little faster. And what I'm going to do now is use my intersecting faces tool to help me clean this roof system up. So now I'm going to go ahead and select all these faces, right click, and hit intersecting faces with selection. And there you see it just made all the surfaces that were intersecting. It kind of created a division, a line between them all. So now let's go ahead and delete these overlapping surfaces. And there we have our hip roof. And of course I could have made this profile a little bit more complicated if I wanted to, a little bit more detailed, just depending on the style that you want to go with. So there's a lot of things we can do with that Follow Me tool. So very cool tool. There's so many things you can do with it. Very complicated trims and different things. So definitely take advantage of that Follow Me tool. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my other roof system, and I think we are about ready to add materials. Oh, there's one more roof I want to add over here. Let's go ahead and make that a group. Extend that out. Oh, let's just go 12 inches with this one. And I still have my profile in my clipboard, so I'm going to rotate this around. Let me rotate this 90 degrees. And I'm going to place it on this edge. And let's see. I did not have it in the group, so here's the group. Now paste in place. Let's go Tools, Follow Me. And there we go. Okay, so one more thing I want to create before we add materials, and that is some cabinets and a fireplace. Let's start with our outdoor fireplace here, and let me hide my slab, and let's go back to our wall layer. And I'm going to go ahead and create that surface here. Right click, make this a group. And I'm going to drag this over here to this surface, and I'm going to go 2 feet above my flat roof. And now I want to create just a little bit of some trim features here. So I'm going to go 4 inches and let's go 16 inches and let's go 4 more inches. And let's go ahead and stretch this out 6 inches on each side. Just a little chimney cap. And let's offset this 4 inches. And let's push pull through there and through here. And let's go ahead and let's select all these and hit intersecting faces with selection. And let's go ahead and delete some of these surfaces we created there. And let's give this a little bit of trim here. Extend it out 1 inch. And we can drop that down if we want. And there's our chimney, or outdoor fireplace. And now let's create a fireplace area. Let's go with let's type 36 inches, and I want to create just a horizontal fireplace that's 16 inches long by 4 feet wide. Go down 16 inches, and let's go ahead and push that in. And let's see. Well, I didn't create that in a group, so what I'm going to have to do is double click on there, hit edit, cut, open this group, hit edit, paste in place, and there now it will actually cut into the surface. So let's push this in. We could just eyeball that if we want. And I'm going to offset this inside here, make it into a gas fireplace. And let's give it some glass walls here, some glass doors. And double click, make that a group. Let's push this in 1/2 inch. And let's create another door here. And let's apply a glass material to this. Kind of offset that 1/2 inch so they could kind of slide in and out. And before we finish, let's just create a little bit of trim around this fireplace. So go ahead and make that surface again. Let's offset, and let's go just 1 inch. We'll give it a really thin piece of trim. And let's offset this, not offset, I'm sorry, let's push or pull this out. Let's just go 1/4 inch out. There we go. All right, so there we have our outdoor fireplace. Now let's work on these cabinets over here that we will have. Go ahead and swing around this side, and we will stay on our wall layer. That's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and stretch this up 36 inches. Actually, I'm going to go 34.5 inches. And then I'm going to push this in. Well, actually, let's go ahead and cut out. Let's make some divisions here, because we know we're going to have a grill sitting in here. I'm going to move my floor system up 4 inches for my toe kick. And I'm going to push this in 2 inches. 2 inches there. 2 inches here. And let's create a couple more divisions for our doors. And I'm going to cut this short here because I want to put in a grill. And now let's go ahead and make this into a group. And now I'm going to make my countertop. Make this a group. And let's go ahead and offset this 1.5 inches out. Let's erase that inner line. And let's extend this up 1.5 inches. Let's go ahead and create a profile edge that's rounded. And to do that, I'm going to just draw a line here. And let's go out 0.75 inches. And let's use our arc tool. I'm going to click here and here. And there we created a little profile. And I'm going to go ahead and use my follow me tool. I'm going to select all my lines for the path that I want it to follow. Go to tools, follow me, and select this surface. And there it rounded off those edges. Now another thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and offset my doors a little bit. So let's go ahead and hit offset, and let's hit 1/2 inch, 0.5. And let's go ahead and do the same on these other layers here. And I'm just double clicking and it's repeating that offset. And let's go ahead and push these out 1/2 inch as well. And I'm going to double click and do that same distance on all these. And there we have our cabinets. Now let me go to 3D Warehouse and let's find a grill that we want to insert. So let's go ahead and go to File, 3D Warehouse, Get Models. Now let's go ahead and type in a 36-inch grill. And let's see what we can find. Okay, here's one. Let's try this KitchenAid grill. And go ahead and hit download. And load this directly into your SketchUp model. Yes. And there we go. I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees. And there it's a little bit bigger than I want. And I'm just going to make this one fit for now. If this was a real project, probably would want to adjust my cabinets for that to work. And there we go. And let me push this out, make sure I got it lining up correctly. I'm just going to place that as close as I can to the center for right now. And one thing I'm going to do that I'm going to go ahead and edit these materials a little bit. I don't really like the material that it has on it, or I should say I don't like the spacing that the material is showing where you can see this pattern. So here I selected the material. I hit select, use my eyedrop tool and just selected that and hit edit. So this is the layer name, corrugate shiny. And here is the value that it has. So I'm going to increase this to, let's say instead of 2 foot to 6 feet. And there it spread out that texture. It kind of looks a little bit more normal. So I like that a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. And let's go ahead and unhide everything. And let's take a look around. And my pool is not on. So let's go to View, Hidden Geometry, and there it is. So let me click on that, hit unhide, and there it's back. So let's go ahead and get into some fun stuff and start adding some color to this model.